and good morning to all of you. Welcome to our class. So today, as we agreed yesterday, we discuss on audit reporting. We discuss on audit reporting, okay? And as I mentioned, don't forget this is the final step, okay, of the audit process, okay? This is the final step of the audit process, okay? Okay, once as an auditor, once you have carried out you have been able, okay, to carry out the substantive audit procedures, okay, you have been able to gather the audit evidence, okay, done the test control, okay, done the audit finalization and review, okay. By now, of course, you have formed an opinion as to whether the financial statement of your client, okay, they do present a true and a fair view or otherwise, okay. Now, don't forget, it's upon you now, okay, to communicate, okay, to those charged, to communicate to the users or the members of the company, okay, on the final opinion, okay. You need to draft, okay, you need to come up with the report, okay, that is going to be addressed to the members of the company, okay, and the report shall be drafted that includes the opinion that you have formed on those financial statements is what referred to as the auditor's report, okay, is what referred to as the auditor's report. Now, don't forget this report, okay, over and above, of course, okay, you will be presenting this report to those child governance, but the core users of the report are the shareholders of the company, okay, more or less what we refer to as the members of the company, okay. The report is going to be addressed, okay, to the members of the company. But if you remember, don't forget, we said that at the beginning of the audit, okay, there are three people who can appoint you, okay. There are three people who can appoint you. We have the company director, okay. Of course, we have the CS, okay. We have the directors, we have the CS, and you have the shareholder, okay. So the report is more or less going to be addressed to the person who was appointing you, okay. But conventionally, in case you are a publicly listed company, of course, the report is addressed to the shareholders. But in case you are appointed by the CS, then of course the report is going to be addressed to the CS. Okay, if you're going to be appointed by the directors, of course the report is going to be directed to the shareholder of the company, but of course through the directors of the company. Okay, so the report therefore is going to be the person you'll be reporting to. Okay, is going to be most of the time going to be defined by the person who was appointed you. Okay, those three persons: the CS, the directors of the company, and the shareholders. Conventionally, don't forget, it will be the members of the company, stroke the shareholders of the company. Those will be the persons who you will be addressing the report to. Okay. Now, the key concern, don't forget, is the opinion. Okay, reports do have many things. Okay, the report is going to have many things, but of the key concern, okay, of the key concern is the opinion paragraph. Okay, you're going to go through what makes the opinion, what makes the auditor's report. Okay, the number of things. Okay, but of the key concern is the opinion paragraph. Okay, or the opinion paragraph. Okay. The ISA, the reference ISA we shall be using is ISA 700, okay, ISA 701, and ISA 705, okay. Those will be the ISA that we shall be making, okay. Let me write them down, okay, just in case you would want to get more detail, okay. So the reference ISA we shall be using, okay, is ISA 700, 701, okay, and 705, okay. Those are the reference ISA that we shall be using, okay. 700, 701, and 705. Don't forget, I normally give you these ISAs so that in case you need more information, you know where to get the information from. Okay, so these are the ISAs that we shall be using. Okay, so let's go straight. Okay, so don't forget, as I mentioned, the audit report or the auditor's reports, okay, represent the only visible output that the auditor shall be producing addressed to the members of the company. Okay. Don't forget, no one is going to be seeing your working papers, okay? No one is going to be seeing your working papers, okay? The only thing they shall be seen as a result of your work, okay, is the auditor's report, okay? Don't forget, the work papers essentially, in quote, they can consider them as private documents, okay? Don't forget, as I also mentioned, okay, if you remember, one of the content of the engagement letter, okay, was on the auditor's report, okay, or even was on the work papers of the auditor, okay. if the management, okay, would want to share your work papers, don't forget they need to get the permission, okay, from you as the auditor, okay. They ought to get the permission, okay, from you as the auditor. It would imply, therefore, these are internal documents, okay. They're not going to be accessible, okay, to the other members of the public. But the only thing that will be seen as a result of the work you've been doing throughout the year will be the report, the auditor's report, okay. The auditor's report contained in the annual report of the company, okay, annual report of the company. As mentioned, of the key element of the report is the opinion paragraph, okay, is the opinion paragraph, okay, is the opinion paragraph, okay. And as you mentioned, don't forget, as an auditor, you are very careful, okay, when doing the client risk assessment, okay, if you remember, when doing the client risk assessment, be careful, you need to quantify your auditor's risk, okay, the chance you're going to end up giving an inappropriate audit opinion, okay. As mentioned, don't forget, when it comes to doing when it comes to carrying out the audit, okay, of a public listed company, okay, don't forget, you do follow what we call the audit risk model, okay, the audit risk model, okay. So quantifying all the chance that I might end up giving an inappropriate audit opinion. So the procedure between will be geared towards that doesn't happen. Okay? The one you've been so far. Okay. Okay. As mentioned, the reference ISA we shall be using conventionally is going to be the ISA 700. Okay, the ISA 700. Okay. And generally, okay, when it comes to the report, okay, when it comes to the report you'll be using, okay, you're going to have four conventional reports that you can draft as an auditor. Okay, there are four opinion. Let me just call them opinion that you can draft as an auditor. Okay, you're going to go through them in the next slide. Okay. However, if, for example, okay, nothing has come to attention that maybe warrants that maybe accounts of the company, okay, rather the accounts of the company do not present a true and fair view. I mean, therefore, what do? You issue called unqualified or unmodified auditor's report. Okay, so this is going to be the conventional report to be drafted. Okay, we call the unqualified, okay, or the unmodified auditor's report. Okay, also referred to as okay, the unmodified. The unmodified auditor's reports, okay? That is, here the accounts of the company do present a true and a fair view, okay? But called the unqualified or the unmodified auditor's reports, okay? Then you can have instance where you may be forced to modify, okay? You may be forced to modify, okay? And if you remember, when we were discussing yesterday, okay, on when you can disclaim the opinion, okay? There are situations where you can disclaim the opinion, you can withhold the opinion, okay? It is still part of the modification, okay? For example, disclaiming the opinion, okay? I think you remember yesterday, we were discussing on the written representations, okay? If, for example, the management refused to give a response, okay, refused to write you, okay, on their responsibility, okay, then of course you can disclaim the opinion, okay, you can withhold your opinion, okay. So in the case of modification, you may have a scenario, okay, where you may want to include, okay, as per se, okay, actually on the emphasis of matter paragraph, okay, in itself, it does not modify the opinion, okay? In itself, it does not modify the opinion, okay? It does not modify the opinion, okay? But you're trying to draw the users, okay? You're trying to inform the users, hey, you need to become aware of the following matters, okay? There are things that you need to become aware of, okay? If you remember, when we were discussing on the annual report for Umia's Sugar, okay? The annual report for Umia's Sugar, okay? On the auditor's report, okay? On the auditor's report, okay? We did see that the auditor did include an emphasis of matter paragraph, okay? And actually the same thing we did with the KQ, okay? Where the auditor attempt is trying to the users, okay? The accounts that you have, okay? The accounts of the company we have gone through, our opinion is unmodified, okay? The accounts, they present a true and a fair view. However, you need to be careful of the following. And one of the matters that we say that you can emphasize, and actually the auditor then did emphasize, was on the going concern of the company. Okay, it was on the going concern of the company. So an emphasis of matter paragraph as per se does not modify the auditor's report. Okay, it is meant just to draw the attention of the users to a certain matter where the auditor think it was enough for the users to become aware of. Okay. Then the other matters that may more or less, okay, give or call the auditor will at the end of the day issue what called the modified opinion, okay? And the two things that might result to the modification of the final auditor's opinion is what we call the scope limitation, and you have disagreement of matter. Okay, the two things that might end up having affect the final auditor's opinion. Okay, what we call the scope limitation, and you have the disagreement of matter. Okay, scope limitation and disagreement of matter. If we remember, okay, refer back to, okay, at the point of engagement, okay, at the point of engagement, okay, if, always remember the engagement letter, okay, we say that if the client is appointing you, okay, if the client is appointing you, okay, and even before you accept the engagement, okay, you can foresee, I'm going to, or I will end up, okay, modifying the opinion, okay, maybe because I didn't have enough time, okay. If the client appointed you, for example, in the month of November, okay, and you're meant to, and the year end is on December. Now, what does that mean? It means you may not have enough time as an auditor to be able to carry out the work thoroughly. That implies that, as an auditor, you may not be able to issue an opinion. You're going to be disclaiming your opinion. Okay, I was not able to audit well. Okay? If you can foresee, okay, that you're going to end up disclaiming the opinion, okay, because of that scope limitation that is imposed on you, because you won't have enough time, okay, to carry out the audit effectively, then we say in that point in time, you will need to withdraw from that audit engagement. You refuse to be appointed, okay? You refuse to be appointed as the auditor, okay? Disagreement of matter, okay, what we call disagreement of matter, is going to arise in case there's some things, maybe the application of a certain principle, the interpretation of a given accounting standard, okay? The disagreement can occur because of one of things, okay? But in case the disagreement, okay, of matter, okay, the impact it has is material, then of course you may end up issuing a modified opinion, okay? If the whatever you're disagreeing on, okay, whatever you are disagreeing on, okay, is going to be something, the potential impact is material, okay, is material, then you may also end up modifying your final auditor's report, okay. Let's look in detail, okay, what we mean by those. We have said that the final report that you'll be drafting, okay, the final report that you will be drafting as an auditor, okay, addressed to the shareholders of the company, the members of the company, okay, we can classify them into two. We have called the unqualified report, okay, or referred to as in most conventionally as the unmodified report, okay, unqualified and modified, okay. You see that the first one is what we call the standard format, okay. The accounts of the company we have gone through to present a true and a fair view, okay. Let me show you the accounts of Safaricom, okay, so that we see it through example, okay. Let me share the accounts of Safaricom. Okay, so this account of Safaricom for the year 2019. So I want to go to the report of the auditor, okay. So allow me to go to the report of the auditor. Okay, so this is the report of the auditor. As I mentioned, the key concern is the opinion paragraph. Okay, so the report of the, of course, we have the title, okay, the independent auditor's report to the shareholders of Safaricom public listed company, okay. As I mentioned, the key concern is the opinion paragraph, okay. So you don't have a pen here. If you look at the second paragraph, so the first paragraph is our opinion, our opinion. The second paragraph is saying, in our opinion, the accompanying financial statement of Safaricom PLC give a true and a fair view of the financial position of the group and the company at that 1st March 2019 and of their financial performance and cash flow for the year then ended in accordance with the IFRS and the requirements of the Kenyan Company Act 2015. Now, this is what referred to as the standard opinion issued by the auditor, okay, which in that slide we refer to as the standard, okay, in that slide we refer to as the standard, okay. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statement give a true and a fair view, okay. Look at here, there was no emphasis of matter, okay. In this context, there was no emphasis that is being made by the auditor to the shareholders, okay. They're trying to the accounts present a true and a fair view, okay. That we call the standard audit opinion, okay. sometimes referred to as the clean in quote, okay, clean opinion or clean audit opinion, okay. Not that is the others are dirty, but generally this called a clean audit opinion, okay. They are modified or the so-called the standard audit format, okay. Now let's go back to our notes. You can also have called unqualified reports. You can also have called the unqualified reports. However, they may have called an emphasis of matter. Okay, you can have called the unqualified. Okay, they are modified. However, you can have called an emphasis of matter. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay, to the opinion we did have on mere sugar. Okay, on mere sugar. Okay, so let me share my. Okay, so hope you can see my work. Okay, so I want to assess on mere sugar financial for the year 2014. Okay, it's a modified report. Okay, it is a modified report. Okay, however, there's an emphasis of matter. There's something the author is trying to emphasize to the users. Okay, the accounts of your company, the accounts of the company do present a true and a fair view. However, we think it's was enough for the users or for the shareholder to become aware of some certain matter. Okay, so you emphasize. Okay, so let's go through it. Okay, to see what we mean by having an emphasis of matter. Okay, so I want to go to the report of the auditor. Okay, so this is the report of the auditor. Okay, this is for 2014. Okay, under the Old Companies Act. Okay, so the opinion paragraph. Okay, hope you can all see it. So, in opinion, the financial statement. Okay, so I'm going through the opinion paragraph. Okay, in opinion, the financial statement give a true and a fair view of the financial position of the company as at 30th June 2014, and of its loss and cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with IFRS and the requirements of the Kenyan Companies Act. Then down there is an emphasis. Okay, we draw attention to the financial statement. We describe the going concern basis of the financial statement. Our opinion is not qualified, is not modified in these respects. Okay, so here, forget as I mentioned, we are trying to draw attention to the users to the something matter which we think as matter it's worth enough for the users to become aware of. Okay, in this context, okay, for the case of mere sugar, for that year of 2014 is was about the going concern of the company. Okay, so you're simply emphasizing. Okay, you're simply trying to draw the attention of the users to some certain matter. In this case, therefore, this is about the company going concern. Okay, it's about the company going concern. Okay, so an emphasis of matter does not imply that the accounts of the company, okay, are qualified. It's simply trying to tell the users, hey, become aware of the following. It's true that your account, the accounts of your company, okay, the accounts of your company do present a true and a fair view. However, you need to become aware of the following. In this case, therefore, it's about the company going concern. Okay. Hope that's clear. Okay, hope that's very clear. Okay, that's on the unqualified report. That's on the unqualified report. Then you can also call the qualified reports. Okay, you can have call the qualified reports. Okay. Now, in this case, therefore, when it comes to the modified reports, okay, the modified report, where here you're modifying your opinion, you're modifying the opinion. As you just mentioned, there are two things that might lead to the modification. Okay, there are two things that might lead to modification. Okay, one of them is in case there is scope limitation and the disagreement of matter. Okay, scope limitation and you have called disagreement of matter. What do you mean by scope limitation? Now, scope limitation, okay, simply implies that as an auditor, you cannot be able to apply audit procedures, okay, there's something preventing you, okay, either because of the cost of the management or either not because of anyone's wish, okay, but there's some things that are limiting you, okay, from being able to apply audit procedure that called scope limitation, okay. If the matter at hand is material, okay, if for example you cannot access maybe the company PPE, you can't access the company maybe PPE, okay, the company property, plant and equipment, maybe accounts are unavailable, okay, but as per the balance sheet, the amount reported, okay, is material, okay. So the company, you cannot be able to, for example, verify, okay, the existence of the PPE of the company, okay, and the value of those PPE is material. However, it's only going to be constrained on the PPE account, okay. Then we see that list the material, okay, the value of the accounts at hand here, okay, where you cannot be able to verify or apply the audit procedure, okay, is material. Then what do? You issue a qualified opinion with an except for. You issue a qualified opinion with an except for. Now let me show you an example, okay, of auditor's opinion, okay, where it is qualified with what we call except for, okay. Let me go through and just go straight to show you that case. Okay, so just an example. Okay, the best is to go through the ISA. Let me share the ISA, okay, so that you can see an example of except for. So let me share ISA 705. Okay, 705, ISA 705. Okay, let's show you an example of a report. Okay, so this is ISA 700, ISA 705. I want us to, just an example of how you draft the opinion, okay. If I remember, there was that, it was part, yes, I think this illustration, let me just check on an example, qualified opinion with an except for. Yes, okay, it is, okay. So called qualified opinion, okay. So generally, it's just referred to as qualified opinion, okay. So this is an example, okay. In opinion, so I'm going through the opinion paragraph, okay. In opinion, except for, okay. So don't forget, we are trying to give an exception, okay. In opinion, except for the effects of the matter described in the basis for the qualified opinion, okay. Yeah. Okay. Where has it gone? Okay, it is, okay. In opinion, except for the effects of the matter described in the basis for qualified opinion section of our report, the accompanying financial statement present fairly in all material aspects, can also refer to as give a true and a fair view, okay, of the company financial, give a true and fair view of the company financial position of ABC Company under the 1st December 2021 and of its financial performance and its cash flow for the year then ended in accordance with the IFRS. Okay. Now, what you're attempting to tell the users, okay, hey, look, we know that the accounts of the company have issues. Okay, the accounts of the company have issues. Okay, however, okay, not all areas of not all accounts, okay, let me say that not all accounts of the company, okay, have issues. Okay, the only area where there's an issue is on the following matter. Okay, that's I'm trying just to try to interpret. Okay, that maybe, okay, as an auditor, okay, we were not able to audit inventory. Okay, so all the other areas, okay, all the accounts, all the financial, the financial statement of the company, they are okay. Okay, they give a true and fair view. However, we cannot, for example, give an opinion on, for example, the inventory. Okay, so you're giving what we call an exception. Okay, except for the effects of the matter described in the basis of the opinion. Okay, for example, okay, if you go, for example, the basis for opinion paragraph, okay, basis for opinion paragraph, okay, just below here. Now you describe what is this, okay, that is making you not to give in quote 100% clean opinion, okay. Just to go through it, okay. The company inventory are carried in the financial statement of financial position, okay, at 10,000, for example. The market has not stated the inventory at low of cost and NRV, but see them as solely at cost, which constitutes a departure from IFRS. Okay, so here you're telling the users, okay, hey, look, okay, all the accounts are okay, okay, all the other areas okay, okay, they do present a true and fair view. However, on the inventory section, no, there's an issue there, okay. In opinion, except for the effects of matter described in the base for qualified opinion, in this case the inventory, everything else is okay. They do give a true and a fair view. Okay, we'll call qualifying the opinion. We'll call a qualified opinion. Okay, let's call a qualified opinion. Okay, hope that's clear. Okay, we'll call a qualified audit opinion. A qualified audit opinion. Okay. Now, if okay, that's in case we have said that is in case if the matter is material but not pervasive. Now, what does pervasive imply? I think we know what we mean by materiality. Okay, that we have gone through. Okay, now what does pervasiveness imply? Okay, now pervasiveness. Let me just actually just go back to the ISA and 705. Okay, we define what we mean by when we say that a matter is pervasive. Okay, now pervasiveness. Okay, generally say that if, for example, okay, that's those misstatements, okay, those misstatements that you're going to have, for example, okay, or the scope, the effect of the scope limitation, okay, for example, on the inventory, okay, is not going to be constrained in one area, okay, they do affect other areas, okay, they do affect other areas, then we do say that that matter is pervasive, okay, it is going to be affecting other areas, not just this inventory, okay, they're going to be spread over other audit areas, okay. If, for example, the inventory is going to be misstated, okay, it will have an impact on the profit, it will have an impact on the company assets, it will going to have an impact on the cash flow. So there's so many other audit areas that are affected, okay. That's when we mean that something is pervasive. It is not constrained in one particular audit area. It is going to be having multiple impact, okay. That's when the matter is pervasive. And if let's see, look at the ISA to define what we mean by pervasiveness. Pervasive, okay, so I'm reading on this point number 5, okay, what do we mean by pervasive? A term used in the context of misstatement to describe the effects on the financial statement of misstatement or the possible effects on the financial statement of misstatement, even that are undetected due to inability to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Pervasive effects on financial statement are those that, in the auditor's judgment, are not confined in specific elements, accounts, or items of the financial statement. They're not confined in one specific account, for example. Okay, so they're going to be affecting multiple other areas. Okay, they're going to be confined in multiple other areas. Okay, but in case they're so confined, if they're so confined, they represent or could represent a substantial portion of the financial statement. Okay, they are material. Okay, don't forget to say that someone's going to be okay material. You know what we mean by materiality. Okay. But it can also be pervasive, okay, if it's going to be a huge chunk of the company, for example. If the inventory company do represent a huge chunk of the company total assets, then it is material and pervasive, okay? But generally, the term pervasiveness implies that the effects of that particular statement is not confined on that one single area, that one single account. It will be having multiple impact all over, okay? That's what we mean by pervasiveness. Okay, hope that's clear. Okay, what do we mean by pervasive? Okay, pervasive. Okay, that's very clear. Okay, that's on the pervasiveness. Okay, if it's a disclosure, okay, it is great. We may have misstatement deemed to be pervasive if they are fundamental to the user's understanding of the financial statement. They are going to be fundamental to the user's understanding of the financial statement. But that means, therefore, if that disclosure is not made to the users, okay, for example, the going concern, okay, of the company, I think we've just gone through the accounts of Mia Sugar. If the company did not go ahead and disclose the company going concern issues, then that disclosure can be deemed to be pervasive. Which means, therefore, if it is not made, okay, which means if it is not made, the disclosure regarding the company going concern issues is not made, then that represents a pervasive matter. Okay, it represents what we mean by a pervasive matter. Okay, but generally, the first definition is what conventionally we do know as pervasive. Okay, that's the impact of that particular statement is not constrained in one particular element, account, or item of the financial statement. Okay. Now let's go back to our notes. Okay, go back to our notes. Okay. Now here we did say, okay, let me go back to the notes. We did say that if the matter, okay, at hand is material, okay, so this is where I am, it's true. If the matter is material but not pervasive, if the matter at hand, okay, is material but not pervasive, then we qualify the opinion. Okay, what do you mean by the except for the one we have just gone through? Okay, if the matter at hand is both material and pervasive, if the matter at hand, okay, or if the impact of the scope limitation is both material and pervasive, then you disclaim the opinion. That is called the disclaimer of opinion. You disclaim the opinion. Disclaimer of opinion. If the matter is material and pervasive. If the matter is just material but not pervasive, okay, you don't get to qualify the opinion, okay, what's called the except for, okay. If the matter at hand is material and pervasive, then this is a disclaimer of opinion, okay. And I think we went through during, okay, I think we're discussing on ISA 580, we did discuss on the written representation. If the management do not give a response, okay, regarding their responsibility towards the preparation of financial statement, then you disclaim the opinion, you withhold, okay. In short, you say, I cannot express my opinion, okay. You are disclaiming, you are withholding the audit opinion, okay. If the matter at hand is material and both pervasive, okay. Let me show you an account, okay? Let me show you how you express it in an account, okay? So let me go back to ISA 705, sorry. Okay, so how we draft the opinion. Okay. So disclaimer opinion, okay. This advanced opinion, I want disclaimer, check on the disclaimer opinion. Yeah, here it is, okay. This is just an example, okay, of if we have to issue what we call a call for opinion with disclaimer, okay. This is a disclaimer of opinion, okay. We do not express an opinion on the company consolidated financial statement of ABC company and a subsidiary. Because the interests of the matter described in a basis for the disclaimer opinion section on a report, we have not been able to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence to provide the basis for an audit opinion on these consolidated financial statement. In short, as mentioned, you are simply withholding the opinion. We do not express an opinion. You see that I cannot be able to give an opinion. Why? I never was able to obtain sufficient, appropriate audit evidence. Why? Because there was a scope limitation. Okay. For example, the management refused to acknowledge their responsibility towards the preparation of the financial statements. Okay. Or maybe the management themselves, they did not prepare those accounts. Okay, were done by someone else. Okay, in quote. Okay. And let's see, okay, what, for example, in this context, led to the disclaimer opinion for this particular company. Okay, let's just go through the basis for the disclaimer opinion. Okay, so this is the basis for the disclaimer. Okay, the group's investment in its joint venture X company is carried at X on the group's consolidated financial statement of financial position, which represents over 9% of the group net assets. Okay. So here, forget this is a group company. Okay, it has made investments in subsidiary, and those subsidiary, okay, they do represent, or that's joint venture, do represent 90% of the company total assets. Okay, now we go ahead. We are not allowed access to the management and readers of XYZ company, including XYZ auditors audit documentation. In short, here, you are not able to apply or to carry out your audits, okay, on the set of account of this joint venture, okay, of this company. And don't forget, the asset of the joint venture represent 90%, okay, of the company assets. Now, in case you're not able to audit, okay, 9% of the company assets, what does it mean? You can't give an opinion as per se, because you are not able to apply audit procedure of the 90% of the company assets. Okay. I mean, for this case, therefore, the auditor is simply saying that I cannot be able to issue an opinion. Why? Because I was not able to apply audit procedures on the 90% of the company assets. So you're simply disclaiming, you're simply withholding the final auditor's, you're simply withholding the auditor's opinion. Okay. So disclaimer of opinion. Disclaimer of opinion. Okay. So that's it clear. Okay. Don't forget, you need clarification. Don't forget, let me know. Okay. So don't stay there with your own question, and I can answer them. Okay. Okay, we just go through the disclaimer opinion. Okay. Okay, disclaimer opinion. The auditor shall disclaim an opinion when the auditor is unable to obtain sufficient, appropriate, or evidence on which to base the opinion, and then concludes that the possible effects on the financial statement of undetected misstatement, if any, could be material and pervasive. Okay. Don't forget, as mentioned, material and pervasive. Okay, material and pervasive. That means if you're going to be disclaiming, okay, this is a scope limitation, but the possible impact, okay, if there will be misstatement, the potential those misstatements are both material and pervasive, then you're simply going to be withholding your opinion. Okay, you're going to withhold your final audit opinion. Okay, I've mentioned. Okay, let me just go back. Okay, this for disclaimer. You say that in case you're going to be what we call the qualified opinion, if you're going to have what we call the qualified opinion, okay, qualified opinion, okay, you can say that you're going to issue qualified opinion A. We have just done A. Let's go through A. Point number 7, the auditor shall express a qualified opinion, okay, that is when 1, A, the auditor having obtained sufficient appropriate or evidence conclude that the misstatement, no, that's point A, we have not done A, so we have done B. 7B. The auditor shall express a qualified opinion when the auditor is unable to obtain sufficient, appropriate, or evidence on which to base the opinion. Okay, the auditor. So we have just done 7B. Okay, we are okay from that the slide we have just gone through. Okay, there's a scope limitation. Okay, that's point B. Don't get a scope limitation is a scenario where, as an auditor, you are not able to. Okay, you are not able to issue an opinion. Not an opinion. You're not able to apply all procedures. Okay, there's something preventing you from being able to apply the substantive audit procedure. Okay, in short, you're not able to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence, okay, on which to base the opinion. But the auditor concludes, okay, so this 7.7b. But the auditor concludes that the possible effects on the financial statement of undetected misstatement, if any, could be material but not pervasive. Okay, so get through that. Okay, material but not pervasive. Okay, so be careful, okay, when you're going to that slide, you need to get to get to know it very well. Okay, that in case we have scope limitation, however, the potential misstatement is material, could be material, but not pervasive, then you're going to work out a qualified opinion, okay, what the fact was except for, okay. If we have scope limitation and the potential impact of any potential misstatement that could occur is material and pervasive, then you issue we call the disclaimer of opinion. The disclaimer of opinion. Clear? Okay. So those are the two, those are three opinions. Okay, you've gone so far. Okay, let's go back to our notes. Okay. Then if we have what we call disagreement of matter, okay, disagreement of matter, okay, disagreement occur, it can be maybe how the company is interpreting the application, okay, of a given matter, okay. For example, the management, okay, may have issues regarding who is responsible for preparing the accounts company, okay. So there's something, okay, that essentially means therefore that this disagreement, okay, for example, who is responsible for maintaining the effective operation of the company internal control system of the company, disagreement regarding how a new FRS is meant to be applied, disagreement of assumptions that are meant to be used, disagreement on the accounting policies and principles, how they are meant to be applied. Okay, so the disagreement can come because of many things. Okay, so in case it's a disagreement of matter, if it's a disagreement of matter and the potential impact, okay, the chance that that disagreement, okay, the effect, if there's any misstatement, okay. So here, for example, the company on the accounting policy, okay, let's say which one is good. On, for example, you as an auditor, you think that the company is meant to depreciate the asset over, let's say, 3 years, okay. However, the management, okay, say that the asset is meant to be, it has a useful life of, let's say, 40 years. Okay, that's a huge difference. Okay, 3 years for the auditor. For the management, they say it's 40 years. Okay, so you can see there's a difference of almost many years. Okay, if the potential impact on the potential depreciation, okay, is going to be material, don't forget it is potential misstatement, okay, could be, okay, if there will be misstatement, okay, that could result because of that disagreement on the account on the useful life of the asset, the potential impact is material but not pervasive, material but not pervasive, then you issue a qualified opinion, okay, what we refer to as the except for. The court of opinion, which is referred to as the except for. Okay. If the disagreement of matter, okay, is not confined in one area, okay, there's multiple disagreement in court, okay, in court multiple, okay, then and the potential impact, okay, the potential effects, okay, if there be any misstatement, okay, those misstatement, okay, are both material. They could be both material and pervasive. Both material and pervasive, then you issue called a diverse opinion. Okay, then issue called the diverse opinion. Okay, the diverse opinion. If the potential misstatement that could occur because of the disagreement is material but not pervasive, then you issue called a qualified opinion. Okay, or it's referred to as the acceptable. If the potential impact, okay, if there will be any misstatement because of that disagreement is material and pervasive, then you should call a diverse opinion. Okay, now let's go through those two opinions. Okay, let's go back to the ISA 705. Okay, the qualified opinion. Okay, so this is 7A now. This 7A. The auditor shall express a qualified opinion when the auditor, having obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence, okay, let's just talk that part, okay. So in this part, it is telling you that there is no scope limitation. Why? Because this auditor has already obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence. So there's no scope limitation. However, the auditor concludes that the misstatement individually, okay, the misstatement individually or in aggregate are material but not pervasive to the financial statement. Okay, So in the part A, the auditor has obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence. However, there is misstatement. Okay, there is misstatement. There are both material but not pervasive. That they're material but not pervasive. In that case, therefore, you issue the qualified opinion. They have just mentioned that the misstatement, okay, could be as a result of the disagreement of matter. The disagreement of matter. Okay, they are material but not pervasive. Okay, that is part A. That is 7A. Okay, the qualified opinion with the protocol except for. Okay. If the disagreement, okay, if the misstatement, okay, we just mentioned, okay, as a result of the disagreement of matter, okay, is both material and pervasive, then you issue the adverse opinion. Okay, in this case, the point number 8. The auditor shall express adverse opinion when the auditor, having obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence, concludes that the misstatement, individually or in aggregate, are both material and pervasive to the financial statement. They are both material and pervasive. Don't forget, when it comes to the adverse opinion, there is no scope limitation. The auditor has obtained all the audit evidence that he wanted. However, we do have misstatement because of disagreement of matter. And those misstatements, okay, whether actual or potential, are both material and pervasive. Clear? Question? Okay, if there's no question, let's go through an example. Okay, let's go through an example. Okay. When it comes to the adverse opinion, okay, I want to go through an example on a adverse opinion. Let's qualify this and except for. This adverse opinion, and here it is. Okay, it's just an example of how the auditors can draft the report if they want to issue adverse opinion. Okay, in our opinion, because of the significance of the matter discussed in the basis for adverse opinion section of our report, the accompanying consolidated financial statement do not present, okay, or do not give a true and a fair view. They do not give. Okay, so simply that the accounts of the company that they've gone through, they do not present a true and a fair view. Don't confuse with this with the disclaimer. For the disclaimer, you tell the users, I cannot be able to give an opinion. That's for the disclaimer. For the adverse opinion, you are giving an opinion. The accounts of the company do not present a true and a fair view. So be careful, okay, when it comes to the two opinions, okay, the disclaimer and the adverse opinion, because that's where you can make a mistake. Okay? The disclaimer opinion and the adverse opinion. Okay. Just to go through what could have made, for example, okay, for this auditor, okay, to give adverse opinion. Okay, let's go through the basis for the opinion. Okay, as explained in note X, the group has not consolidated a subsidiary X was the company it acquired during the year 2021 because it has not yet been able to determine the fair value of certain certain subsidiary material assets and liability at the acquisition date. Okay, so it seems that I can't, or here I would do not, okay, as not the accounts of the company do not present to a fair value. Why? Because the company, the group, okay, is yet to include, okay, the subsidiary is yet to include, okay, the value of a subsidiary in the group accounts, okay, or the accounts of the subsidiary are yet to be consolidated with the accounts of the parent company. Okay, so a compensation where as renter you do therefore give a diverse opinion. You're giving a diverse opinion. Clear? Therefore, those are the 4 opinions. Okay, those are 4 opinions that you can issue as an auditor. Okay, when you say the first one, in code you just call it the unmodified. Okay, the unmodified opinion. Okay, then you can have called the emphasis of matter. No, actually, let me go to ISO 705, 700. Okay, the ISO 700. Okay, so this is ISO 700. This is on ISA 700. Okay. Let me check on ISA 701 because give me a minute. I check on ISA 701. Okay. That one. Give me a minute. Let me check. The clean auditor's report, okay, the so-called the modified auditor's reports, okay, the opinion expressed by the auditor when he concludes, okay, the financial statement are prepared in normative respect in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework, okay. As I just mentioned, okay, when I mean by a modified opinion, okay, there are three modified opinions, okay. Let's go back to 705, okay. So the three modified opinion that an auditor can express, okay. This is point number 2, okay, of ISO 705, okay. This ISO establishes three types of opinion, okay, three types of modified opinions, okay, the qualified opinion, adverse opinion, and a disclaimer of opinion, okay. Qualified opinion, adverse opinion, and a disclaimer of opinion. Okay, those are three opinions. Those are three modified opinions that an auditor can be able to give. Okay, okay, you should be able to discuss them in detail. What does qualified opinion imply? Okay, what does adverse opinion imply? Okay, what does a disclaimer opinion imply? Okay, and if possible, you should be able to have an example. Okay, when can I be able to issue a disclaimer opinion? Okay, when can I issue adverse opinion? Okay, when can I issue a qualified opinion? Okay, if you should remember on the going concern, okay, we should remember on the going concern, we said that you can issue all three. Okay, in the going concern review, we mentioned that you can issue all three, okay, depending on whether there's enough disclosure, the use of going concern is inappropriate. So I propose you should go through that again, okay, on the going concern to know when can I issue qualified opinion, okay, when can I issue adverse opinion, and when can I issue a disclaimer opinion, okay. So this summaries this here. There's a note that summarizes the opinion, okay, which I'll go through, but just to there's a table here on this ISA, okay, the EXCAT is, okay, that someone else is summarizing, okay, when to issue the opinion, when to issue the opinion, okay. You just mentioned, okay, that when it comes to the modification, okay, if the matter is, if maybe the nature of the matter giving rise to modification is because of scope limitation, okay, this point here, okay, is on scope limitation, okay, then we are saying that if the matter term is material but not pervasive, okay, then you issue a qualified opinion. If the matter term is because of scope limitation, here, okay, but it's material and pervasive, we can see where my cursor is, okay, material and pervasive, then this is a disclaimer of opinion. We issue called a disclaimer of opinion, okay. I can get out my pen and just get it. Okay, so if the matter term, okay, is material and pervasive, but it is out of scope limitation, inability to obtain sufficient appropriate evidence, then you should call a disclaimer of opinion. A disclaimer of opinion. Okay. If it is though there is misstatement, okay. However, those misstatements, okay, as mentioned conventionally, this can be as a result of disagreement of matter, but the misstatement are material but not pervasive, then it's simply a qualified opinion. Okay. If the matter at hand, okay, is material and pervasive, then it's adverse opinion. Okay, so get to know when to issue each of this opinion. Okay, get to know when to issue each of this opinion. Okay, clear? How it's clear. So this is like the table we just gone through. Okay. And maybe we mentioned, okay, when can disagreement arise? Okay, when can the disagreement arise? Okay, the disagreement can arise because of our things. Okay, so this is one of the area where there could be disagreement. For example, the use of the account policies, okay, that have been used. Okay, the appropriateness of the account policy, the application. Okay, and even for example on the disclosures of the company. Okay, because sometimes you can be asked, okay, when can there be disagreements? Okay, this is areas where there can be disagreement. Okay, and of course this even actually explained further. Okay, in each of the notes that follows. Okay, A4, A5. Okay, A4 is A4, A5, A6, A7, as well as yes, A7. Okay, those are the situation where the examples. Okay, of the situation where there could be disagreement of matter. Okay, so I would refer you to go through them. Okay. And regarding the scope limitation, okay, okay, so point A8 and A9, okay, they give those situations where there could be scope limitation, okay. Designation, okay, the company, the auditor's inability to obtain sufficient appropriate or evidence is referred to as the scope limitation, okay. So this point here, okay. There is ability to obtain sufficient appropriate or evidence, okay, is referred to as the limitation on the scope of the audit, okay. It can arise because of, for example, circumstances beyond the control of the entity. Okay, for example, fire breaks out in the company, and all the company maybe documents, account records are destroyed. Okay, maybe the company, the nature of the time is just work. Maybe you get appointed in the month of November. Okay, and the year ends in December. Okay, or even a scenario where it is a management who tell you that hey, you cannot audit this particular area. Okay, the limitation is imposed by the money themselves. Okay, okay. Okay, and here they go even go ahead and explain in point number 18. Okay, what are these situations beyond the control of the entity? I think I've just mentioned. Okay, one of them, for example, is in case the records of the company are destroyed, maybe whatever they're destroyed, okay, by fire, by floods. Okay, so all the example of situations where the situation, okay, that might mean that it is beyond the control of the entity. Okay. To be under control of the accounts records are destroyed by fire, for example. Okay, they have been seized, for example, by KRA. Okay, the accounts of the company have been seized by KRA. Okay, maybe KRA said that you're not defining the return, so they just come and takes the documents. Okay, takes the company computers. Okay, okay, to an extent that you as an auditor, you have no access to the records of the company. Okay. The nature of the time of the work, okay, what could result to the scope limitation because of the time of the work, okay. The entity is required to use equity method of accounting, okay, for associates, and there is unable to obtain sufficient appropriate evidence about the later financial situation to evaluate whether the accounting method, okay, has been appropriately used, okay. The appointment, I think I just mentioned the appointment. You get appointed in an area, okay, or during a time when most of the those substantive procedure that require a lot of time, okay, you can't be able to, for example, the inventory count, okay, maybe even the cash count, okay. There's some situation where the time you get appointed, okay, you can't even be able to a test of control, Okay, that's mean therefore the ED itself it's a scope limitation. Okay. Okay, okay, this is on the controls I think you just mentioned. Okay, so just determines that performing such procedures alone is not sufficient. Okay, so you do require, for example, to have done, for example, the test or control, but you're not done it. Okay, so you can't go to make a conclusion as to whether the company or the control is low or is high. Okay, okay. And here, for example, another situation, okay, could be where the money do prevent you, okay, from or carrying out a substantive, okay, procedure, okay, the procedure, okay. One of them, for example, they deny you access to the count, okay. They prevent you from observing the count, okay, the physical inventory count, okay. For example, they deny you from, for example, accessing their customer, okay, or even maybe, okay, or even situation where they you're not able to, okay, they don't give permission to communicate with the bank, okay. So all this might mean, okay, they do imply what we call a scope limitation, okay, a scope limitation, okay. So this exercise is very good for you, okay. So I propose that you go through it. I propose that you go through it, okay. I'll share it with you later on, okay? But I propose that you go through it on your own, okay? It gives you more ideas, okay? Lastly but not the least, okay? I would want to go. What, therefore, when it comes to drafting the auditor's report, okay? What should it be having, okay? When it comes to the drafting of the auditor's report, okay? What should it be having? What are the content of the auditor's report, okay? So let me go to ISO 700. What does what should, okay, be contained in the auditor's report, okay? Okay, so let me go straight to the report, okay? So it is, okay, what should therefore be the content, okay, of the report, okay? Now, you've gone through the account for Safaricom, okay? Let me just refer back to you, refers to the accounts of Safaricom. Okay, these are the accounts of Safaricom. Okay, this is the report that PwC, the auditor of the company, who are preparing to the members of the company. Okay, the shareholders of the company. Okay, now here, so don't forget this report. Okay, that is being drafted by PwC. Okay, it must have some key content. Okay, any report that any auditor is going to be preparing. Okay, don't forget the meant to follow as per what the ISO 700 dictates. Okay, so we are going to go through the ISO 700, okay, trying to check, okay, what do we say that this auditor has prepared a good auditor's report, okay? What should be therefore be appearing, okay, on the face of this report, okay, on the face of this report of the auditor, okay? It also have the following, so let's go back to the ISO 700. It also have the following, okay? One of them is the title, okay? One of them is the title, okay? What do you mean by the title, okay? The title, okay, need to be, just go through the accounts of Safaricom. So I'll be switching from one slide to the other. So this is the title. Let me just download it so that you can go to highlight. Okay, I've already done it already. So let me just open it. Give me a second. Okay, so let me go to Filters report. So check on the report of the auditor. Yes, it is. Okay, so this is the report of the auditor, okay, of PwC to the shareholders of Safaricom. Basically, the first content is the title, okay, and here it is, okay, the title. Okay, there is a parent auditors report to the shareholders of Safaricom PLC. So every report that you're going to go through, okay, that's the first thing. Okay, you need to have the title. Okay, telling us what is this? Okay, and who are you addressing to? Okay, so first of all, is just a report. Okay, so again, this is simply the title. Okay, this part is the title. Okay, the independent auditors report. This is the title. The independent auditors report. Okay, that is the title. Okay. Okay, in the title, you may also have called the addressee. Okay, in the title, you may not always. Okay, but it may also be have the addressee. Okay, the addressee. Who are you addressing this this report to? Okay, now here to who? The shareholders of Safaricom Limited. Okay, the shareholders of Safaricom PLC. Okay, the shareholders of Safaricom PLC. Okay, so you may have it. Okay. Not you may have it, okay? It must be there, okay? It is not must that the addressee be part of the title, okay? But for this case, they have done the title plus the addressee together, okay? The title and the addressee together. Who are you addressing this report to, okay? In this case, therefore, it is the shareholders of the Safaricom PLC, okay? Back to 700, Lisa, okay? So you see that the first title, okay? The first is the title. Then the next is the addressee. Okay, so next is who are you doing address to? Okay, I think you've just got it. You've seen it. Okay, you're addressing to the shareholders of Safaricom Limited. Okay, that's the addressing. Who is being addressed? Okay. Next is the opinion. Okay, of course, the opinion. This is the core paragraph. Okay, this is the core paragraph. Okay, on the opinion you're going to give. Okay, so going back to the report of Safaricom. Okay, to the shareholders of report of PwC to the shareholders of Safaricom, we have now our opinion paragraph. Okay, now here you dictate. Okay, you say that what is your opinion? Okay, what is your opinion? Okay, you can see here in opinion, in opinion, the company financial statement of Safaricom Limited do present give a true and fair view. Okay, so this is the opinion part now. Okay, you're trying to use the users. Okay, in opinion, we have issued the what we call as the unmodified report. Okay, there's an emphasis on matter paragraph. Okay, it is a disclaimer opinion. Okay, it's an adverse opinion. Okay, so it's simply the users. This is our opinion. Okay, this is our opinion. Okay. Okay, next, okay, after the opinion is a basis for the opinion. Okay, next is what we call the basis for the opinion. Okay, why did you qualify the accounts of the company? Okay, why did you disclaim? Okay, why are you unmodified? Okay, why are we issued unmodified opinion? Okay, why did you qualify the accounts of the company? Okay, so you're trying to explain to the users. Okay, the why. Okay, you're trying in quotes trying to support. Okay, trying to support your opinion. Okay, I did qualify because of A, B, C, and D. Okay, I did disclaim because of A, B, C, and D. Was the basis for the opinion. Okay, just to go back to the accounts of Safaricom. Okay, the next, as I mentioned here, is the basis for the opinion. Okay, the basis for the opinion. The same thing the users I did issue and modified because of A, B, C, and D. Okay, so you're simply trying to answer the question, the why. Okay. Once that is done, what next? Okay, so this is an emphasis. Okay, so if you want to emphasize, then of course you give an emphasis on matter. Okay, not necessarily, but in case there's an emphasis, then of course you're going to therefore we have an emphasis of matter paragraph. Okay. Now here, next you may want to dictate, or you may want to state on the company going concern. Okay, next is the company going concern. Okay, just go back to the accounts of Safaricom. Okay, the company going concern. Okay. A minute. The company going concern. Did not include it here. Just a minute. So I'm trying to go through this account of the company. Okay, first PwC. Okay, seems there's no issue regarding the going concern. Okay, so they did skip that as part of their report. Okay, on the going concern. Okay, because there's no need. Okay, of mentioning the company going concern, so it was not included in the report of Safaricom. Okay. When a case is a going concern issue, okay, then the next here you just seen from 700, what ought to appear next is the company going concern. Okay, we're saying there's no issue regarding the company going concern. So if there's no issue regarding the company going concern, what next now is referred to as the key audit matters. Okay, referred to as the key audit matters. Okay, what does the key audit matters include? Okay, what does it mean by including key audit matters? Okay, now at the key audit matters. More or less is not that it's what maybe it's not that there's it's not like an emphasis of matter, okay, but more or less it's what more or less that you think as an auditor, okay, it's worth enough for the users to become aware of. Okay, it's not that there's any issue, okay, but they were critical. Okay, these matters were critical when forming their opinion. Okay, these matters were critical when forming the opinion. Okay, uh, maybe for example the company useful life of the assets. It's not that there's any issue. Okay, or maybe you think that it's something complex. Okay, that it's worth enough for the users to become aware of. Okay, maybe when it comes to the recognition of maybe I don't know the asset useful life, how the company did recognize their revenue, when it comes to the inventory, valuation of inventory. There is something that you think that as an auditor, it's worth enough that the users become aware of. Okay, is not an emphasis matter. Okay, this is not an emphasis matter. Okay, it can be like an emphasis matter, but yes, it is not. Okay, it does not mean that you are emphasizing. Okay, but it is things that you think as an auditor they were critical when you are forming the final audit opinion. Okay, they were critical when forming the final audit opinion. Okay, let's go through the accounts of Safaricom. Okay, just to see what that imply. Okay, what the auditors did say. Okay, so we have next is what called the key audit matter paragraph. Okay, the key audit matter paragraph. Okay. Okay, these accounts of PwC, Safaricom, shareholders of Safaricom. Okay, so let me just go through it. Key audit matters are those matters that, in a professional judgment, were most significant in an audit of the financial statement of the current period. Okay, as I just mentioned, they don't mean that it is not an emphasis. Okay, but they were critical to you as an auditor when you are forming the opinion. Okay, this matter were critical to you as an auditor when you are forming the final audit opinion. Okay, you are critical. It is not you're not trying to emphasize. Okay, you're not trying to emphasize, but you're trying to draw the attention of the users. Okay, you won't tell them this matters. I think it's worth enough for you as users to become aware of. Okay, they were significant, they were of importance when I was forming the final auditor's opinion. Okay, so now you describe them. Okay, so here there is we do not provide a separate opinion on these matters. Okay, then now down there you describe what are these matters. Okay, what do you think the users will become aware of? Okay, what are these matters? You then describe them. Okay, for the Safaricom is on the revenue recognition, the key matter. Okay, you discuss. Okay, what the matter and how the audit address the matter. Okay, then for example another thing. Okay, I think here they had more than one matter. In this case, we also have a matter here. The key matter, okay, is on asset capitalization and the useful life. Okay, so you're seeing time to describe. Okay, you're seeing time the users on what were things that are significant when it comes to the audit. Okay, so this whatever is going to be contained in this key audit matters. Okay, of course, it's going to vary from one audit to the other audit. Okay, so the content, okay, it's your own judgment in short. Okay, it's your own professional judgment. Okay, what you think that the users, okay, should come aware of. Okay, things that were important when you are forming when you are carrying out the audit. Okay, okay, and that is it. Okay, and that is it. Okay, anyway. So back to SSN 100, okay. The other thing is what we call other information, okay. What we call other information, okay. This other information is more towards, do you have anything else, okay? Over and above the, in quote, requirement of the ISA, is there something else that as an auditor, you're meant to perform, for example, okay? For example, is there some other things you're meant to carry out as per the requirement of, for example, of the Kenyan Companies Act, okay? Do you have some other responsibility? Maybe the ISA may not be covering, in quote, they may not be covering, okay? That you think that maybe, okay, is a requirement, okay? For example, let's go through the accounts of Safaricom, okay, under other matters, other information. Other information comprise the report of the directors, statement of directors' responsibility, the directors' remuneration report, and their appendices, okay. Okay. Okay, so other matters, okay, just a minute. Okay, so in other matters, okay, just to sort of pick from here, okay, maybe there are things that they may be contained, okay, they may be contained in the auditor's report, or they may be contained in the annual report, okay, it could be matters that are contained in the auditors, they could be contained in the annual report, where as an auditor, you did not, or you are not, you don't have any responsibility, okay, you don't have any responsibility in expressing an opinion on them, okay, matters that could be part and parcel of the annual report, the company annual report. However, as an auditor, you do not, okay, have responsibility to give maybe an opinion, okay, or to issue them. For example, if the company has included, okay, maybe a forecast, okay, on how the company shall be performing in the next 2 years, 3 years, okay, don't forget you have no obligation, okay, to go through the forecast, okay. So you may want to tell the users, hey, in this report that you're going to go through, okay, there could be the following things, okay. Maybe there could be the report of the statement of directors' responsibility, okay, directors' remuneration report, okay, which maybe in some extent, okay, you may not have any obligation as to audit them, okay, as to go through them, okay. So in this case, therefore, we do not and will not express any form of assurance on conclusion thereof, okay. So they're not, okay, in quote, they're part and parcel of the annual report. They're part and parcel of the annual report. However, you don't express an opinion on those elements of the annual report. Okay, they have the users as they go through the forecast that the company is issuing, the directors are issuing. They should be aware that you as an auditor, you're not going to be expressing, or you don't have any responsibility to express an opinion on them. Okay, we'll call the other information paragraph. Okay. Okay, I hope it's clear to all of you. Okay, so next thing is the responsibility for the financial statement. Okay, so here is the responsibility for the financial statement. Sorry. So next is the responsibility for financial statement. Okay. Now in this paragraph, so you may discuss, okay, in this paragraph, you may want to have a discussion regarding what was the responsibility of the management, okay, towards the financial statement, okay, the preparation, the internal control system of the company, okay. So if you remember, we were discussing on the written representation, and said one of the key things that you will be asking the management, okay, is a formal acknowledgement of what they were doing regarding the financial statement. Okay, here their preparation, the internal control. So in this case, therefore, in the report of the auditor, you're going to return the users. Okay, hey, this is what the management did. Okay, this is what they were the one involved in preparing the accounts company. They're the one who did have the internal control system. They're the one who are responsible, okay, for the effective operation of, for example, the internal control system. Okay, so you tell the users, okay, in the report. Okay, don't forget we did mention on what called the expectation gap. Okay, so you need to include this where the user come. You need to reduce this gap, okay, by, for example, including in your final report, okay, the responsibility of the management as well as your responsibility. Okay, so let's go through the accounts of Safaricom. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, responsibility of the auditors, okay, towards the financial statement. Okay, so towards financial, so you give to the users that who was responsible, okay, for example, of preparing the accounts of the company. Okay, for example, here the driver was responsible for preparation of financial statement. Okay, okay, responsible for assessing the company going concern. Okay, the going concern company. So you tell the users, okay, that hey, myself, my work, for example, was simply to assess the going concern, to review, okay, the going concern. However, the person responsible for assessing the company going concern was the director of the company. Okay. Next, of course, we're going to describe, therefore, what was your responsibility? Okay, what was your responsibility? So the next element of the next part of the report is the auditor's responsibility. Okay, so next we have the auditor's responsibility. Okay, so the next thing. What did you do? Okay, in addition to the financial statement. Okay, what did you do? Okay, simply going to the users what work you did carry out during the audit. Okay, so in this case, therefore, okay, we have it here. Okay, this is the report of PwC to the accounts, the shareholders of Safaricom. Describe them that what did you do as an auditor? Okay, what did you do as an auditor? Okay. By work or your objective was to obtain reasonable assurance about whether the financial statement of the company as a whole are free from material misstatement. Okay, so you describe what was your key responsibility. Okay, your key responsibility. Okay. Now here, don't forget, as I mentioned, regarding regarding what we call a reduction of the expectation gap. Okay, so you may want to describe that, hey, I know that is my work, okay, to ensure that, or not to ensure that, to go through the accounts of the company and assess whether the accounts you're going through are free from misstatement. But I don't give a guarantee, okay? Let me just like that, okay? But it's not a guarantee, okay, that the audit conducted in accordance with this will always detect material misstatement, okay? So this is trying to, is an attempt that the management, the auditor, is trying to make reduce that expectation gap. It doesn't mean that if since I've gone through the accounts, okay, since I've done the audit, okay, it gives an assurance to you, okay, that the accounts company is zero misstatement. Okay? It doesn't mean that, okay? So you're simply trying to reduce the expectation gap. Okay. Okay. So simply here, you are simply trying to attempt into, okay, to tell the users, okay, what did you do during the audit? Okay. Okay, you're able to assess the risk of material misstatement, obtain a study on internal control of the company, evaluate the accounting policies the company have used, okay, and conclude whether the company is going concern was appropriate. So you tell the users, okay, what did you do, okay, in a summary, okay, what you did carry out during that particular audit or during the audit, okay. Okay. So simply there's a paragraph detailing what you did during the audit, okay? A paragraph that gives detail on what you did during the audit, okay? Let's go back to the ISA. Another element of the report could be other reporting responsibility, okay? Other reporting responsibility, okay? Over and above the requirement of the ISA, okay? Do you have something else that maybe the laws of Kenya requires of you? So here, if, for example, there's the Kenyan Companies Act 2015. If there's something else over and above the ISA, have you done that? Okay, so you're going to the users. over and above the requirement of the ISA, okay, I did the Kenyan Companies Act required of me the following A, B, C, and D. Okay, let's just go through the Safaricom accounts to see other reporting requirements of the auditor of the Safaricom. Okay, where is this? Okay, so here, see it is. Okay, a report on other matters prescribed by the Kenyan Companies Act. Okay, 2015. Okay, so you are simply in this paragraph. Okay, you tell me is just over and above the requirement of the ISA, the Kenyan Companies Act required of me to do A, B, C, and D. In this case, therefore, to give an opinion given in the report of the directors. Okay, so simply giving an opinion, okay, regarding the report of the directors, okay, over and above the ISA, what else the law requires of me, okay? If you're doing an audit of bank, okay, does the CBK requires you as an auditor to do something else, okay? As an auditor of Britain Insurance Company, does RBA requires of you, okay? Or does Insurance Regulatory Authority requires of you something else over and above, okay? The usual, okay, the usual that means the ISA, okay. So other reporting requirements that maybe you may have as per the Kenyan Companies Act, okay, or maybe by the CBK in case you do audit banks, okay. So these are things that you may need to include in the report, okay. Finally, of course, the name of the engagement partner. Who was responsible for the engagement? Okay, who was responsible for the engagement? Okay. Now here you may want to mention the actual name of. Okay, nowadays there's even the actual name of the partner. Okay, in the old you may not see the name of the partner, but nowadays you see the name of the partner in the report. Okay, let's see the Safaricom report. Okay, you see whether they have mentioned the person responsible. Yeah, okay, they have done that. Okay. The engaging partner, okay, you can see this is CPA Peter Gao. So they do even mention who was the person in charge of that particular engagement. Okay, so in the old reports, okay, before 2015, you may not see this. Okay, but in the new ones, okay, like this is for the 2019, you do see that they actually even mention who the person responsible, okay, for that engagement. Okay, next of course is the date, okay, the name of the engagement partner, okay, okay, because the signature of the company, or the partnership, okay, signature of the auditor, the auditor's address, okay, and of course we do need the date of the auditor, okay, the address, okay, so let me just go to signature, and here it is, the signature of the auditor, the date of the auditor, okay, and of course the address of the auditor, okay, so all those things need to be contained in the auditor's report. Okay, and that's on the auditor's report. Okay, I know we have gone through a marathon. Okay, but it was necessary for us to complete the audit process. Don't forget, as you mentioned, your responsibility ends once we do present this report to the members of the company, which you have just done. Okay, it ends once we are able to present this report to the auditors of the company. Okay, and you have just done that. You have prepared the report and you have presented to the members of, for example, Safaricom Limited, Safaricom PLC. Okay, and that marks the end of the audit process. Okay, that marks the end of the audit process. Question?